Hello, Zanzi. It's a gossip girl. Let's talk about Makhekhe being the first runner up. So this year things are a bit different because the 2 million was between Bravo B, Liema, and Yolanda. It's a fact. It's something that we know deep down in our hearts. But who was gonna take it between the three? We didn't know. So things changed when they all got out of Big Brother's house for different reasons. So the public decided that, you know what, let things be different this year. Let the winner be a male. So it was between McJunior and Makhekhe. So let me start with McJunior's strategy, right? Or game, not strategy. Let's talk about McJunior's game. So upon Liema's live eviction show, she threw a dagger at McJunior. And in all of her media rounds, while she was doing her interview, she was rooting for McJunior and Sinai. Sometimes it's not a secret that Liema has a big fan base, and so they kind of like splitted their votes. They went to Sinai and McJunior. So McJunior had his own fan base as well. So you see, we started spotting McJunior or giving McJunior attention from the second week and the third week while he was HOH and the time that Taki saved him. So he started winning arena games and he was busy with Fahima being the hottest girl in the house and moving to Liema and telling Papa Ghost and Lerato straight up in the face during that live nomination, during that bonfire, that he does not fucks with them. And then that's when he grew his fan base from scratch. Yes, they did. He did have his own fan base in week one when everyone was up for nominations. But over the weeks or in the events that I'm talking about, his fan base kind of like grew. He won the arena games. He was confident. He was with Fahima. So he gave us something to talk about. He was slowly growing his fan base. He was trending here and there. Though he was a bit quiet, but his actions spoke louder than his words. Fine. And then me observing McJunior, isolating himself or being an introvert, I could relate to him because I love my own space. I don't like to be around with a lot of people. I don't like noise, those type of things. So I could relate with McJunior. I never find him boring. I find him even funnier, and the most interesting part it was that he was competitive, and his English, the English was Englishing. It was from Atlanta, you know what I'm saying? He had his own unique lingo as well. So it was also interesting to hear him speak like that. Although Papa Ghost used to complain that, his choice of words were not suitable, calling people the B word and whatnot and whatnot. But I enjoyed it, to be quite honest. I had no problem with it. I don't know about other viewers. So I've been doing a feasibility study and I noticed every week that Meg Jr. So when I do that poll, I would separate the ladies with the boys. So when I did that poll, Meg Jr. would always be ahead of Makhekhe. Just look at, let's go back from February when most of the housemates were in the house when Makhekhe and Meg Jr. would be nominated the same week. Do you see that Meg Jr. was always ahead from had a stronger fan base as compared to Makhekhe from February till March? Do you see, till the very last end? So Meg Jr. had his own fan base. Let's put the lilies aside, Mzansi. Let's put the lilies aside. You are the ones who were voting on these polls. And I'm not talking about the polls that I decided to do on YouTube. You can go to any other polls. Be it on Big Brother Mzansi's website, be it on Twitter, be it on Facebook. You will see McJunior has always had a stronger fan base as compared to Makhekhe. I'm not talking about when Liema and Yolanda were evicted. So Big Brother is going to release the votes of the whole entire season from January until March month end. Then you will see that McJunior had a stronger fan base. So Mzansi, polls are not accurate results. There's just an estimation just telling you that, you know what, focus here. It gives you a guideline as to what is happening, but people be like, polls are polls. Hey, they don't mean anything. But in actual fact, polls are an estimation. They give you some sort of direction, a highlight of, hello, this is what is happening, but people decide to ignore that. Anyway, Mzansi, I'm sorry if my video lags visuals here and there. If I do that, this video will take forever. This video will take me forever to edit and post. So I'm really sorry. So let's talk about Makhekhe's game, or rather strategy. So Mzansi, to be honest, I personally, I did not notice Makhekhe until that Bravo B situation during that pool party. That's when I started to notice, oh, there's this person. I noticed Makhekhe the very first day when he came into the house. He was the first housemate to enter. But that 4 days, I didn't notice Makhekhe. I don't know what swallowed him until that Bravo B situation, right? Fine, Bravo B was evicted, and then we were like, okay, Bravo B is evicted. Now we will switch all the votes to the best friend, being Makhekhe. And then for the 2 weeks that Bravo B had left in the house, Makhekhe was very quiet. You couldn't even notice his presence. He was there, but he was quiet. He was always hanging out with Papa Ghost and Lerato for most times, until I saw him moving towards Yolanda, hanging around with Yolanda at night, chilling, singing, and arguing, all of those things that they used to do. So, what brought Makhekhe to the spotlight was that Papa Ghost was the villain in the house, and he used to catch fire most of the times. And then Yolanda as well. So, Papa Ghost and Yolanda, we are talking about almost the same person but different actions, right? They both fighting for the spotlight, in their own right. So Makhekhe, being the middle person, he was caught in between, up until I remember Lawrence asking McGina what he thought of Makhekhe. And then he threw that comment of saying that Makhekhe is a spineless person. I'm not sure of the word. I cannot remember the word, but somewhere along those lines, saying that Makhekhe is someone that does not have a backbone. He's being pulled on both sides. Papa Ghost uses him, or Yolanda, stuff like that, and then he trended. He got attention as well. So there was trouble in paradise between him and Yolanda. They used to fight here and there. And then he started to become more vocal. You see, after that statement that Lawrence said, right, in the live eviction show, I noticed a change in Makhekhe. He started to be vocal, and he started to stand his ground. And this is something that people do not understand. Makhekhe was quiet and reserved most of the things that he wanted to say because he had 2 strikes. He was moving cautiously. His moves and whatever that he was saying, it was calculative. So after Yolanda being evicted, he would get into arguments and debates. So I kind of like felt that now he's speaking from a point of frustration, because most of the weeks he was mute. He couldn't express himself. And now the person that he used to tell how he feels is gone, because him and Yolanda, as much as they fought, they had like a venting session between them every time when they would go to sleep. I remember even when Makhekhe would say that, when I'm having a bad day, I'd go to Yolanda and then I would laugh and then talk about it, and then my day will just be fine, and then I would move on. But after Yolanda moved out of the house, I saw a different side to Makhekhe. He would get into arguments, into debates. Maybe it's because of his support system is out of the house. He would argue with the likes of Senae, Papa Ghost, and Liema. Fine, we gave him attention. Now the housemates are no longer there, so we'd give him the attention. He was becoming too confident for my liking. He would talk a big game, and irrespective of everything, Makhekhe was funny. Makhekhe was funny. He had his special lingo. Where do you enter? It's a quang. Remember, I'm gonna be honest with you. Don't jeopardize this. Don't jeopardize that. You are flying. Where do you enter? Stuff like that. It was entertaining to the public. And Mpumi as well tried to cook Makhekhe, but he resisted. I don't know if you understand me. So, what I loved personally, this is just my personal opinion. I'm not saying that it applies to everyone. What I loved watching Makhekhe, the reason that I was rooting for Makhekhe, it was mainly for one thing. Makhekhe was an orphan. And if he had won the 2 million, he told us numerous times in the house and the housemates and Big Brother and Kosi and Pila that he wants to open an NGO for orphans. So that is something that I related to. I was like, okay, this is for a good cause. It reminded me of Kosi, good deeds, 4666. So I was like, okay, this person deserves the 2 million. He's not playing an emotional blackmail game, talking about how he is an orphan and all that. I guess he didn't want the public to know his journey or his history. He just said that, "Man, I'm an orphan." Whether he was adopted or what, or maybe his parents had passed on and then maybe he lived with his other family members, we don't know, because he never opened up about that. But I loved that about him. I was like, okay, this person deserves the 2 million. Though there were red flags that my Keke can be on I blew it season, because he said that now I want to buy a car. I want to build my mom a house. I want to go after Big Brother. I want to go to Mukhodu Mondays. I want to go to Mukhodu Mondays. Stuff like that. So he was speaking a big game. He was talking as if every time he was in the house, not to me, he sounded cocky. He was acting as if he already has the money. He's sure, he's certain. Besides what the previous Big Brother housemate said to him on the Saturday night party. He was talking. Take the 2 million, my boy, take the 2 million. Big Brother Mzansi, season 4. Makhekhe. And we hear that song crying. You see me. A big game for my liking. So Mzansi, let's just be honest. Makhekhe's game wasn't strong as compared to Junior. Although Yolanda did mention 3 times on YouTube that she is rooting for Makhekhe, but here is the difference. Yolanda said all of this on Meji's podcast, 360 Studios, and Coffee with Kosi. Not everyone is on YouTube, but Liema said it on national TV. Do you get it? So there's a difference. Yolanda has a strong fan base. Liema has a strong fan base. But would have Yolanda said that on national TV if she wasn't disqualified? It would have been a different story, because the Yolifiers would have gotten that message throughout different countries: Nigeria, Lesotho, Botswana, Ghana, and Zimbabwe and Mozambique. Liema is known in different countries. Z is known in different countries. Same thing applies to Yolanda. But now the problem is that all of those people in different countries, they are not subscribed to the YouTube channels that I'm talking about. McG, 360 Studios, and as well as Coffee with Kosi. They do not follow those channels because they are from South Africa. Not all of them. So I even remember Hopolo last week was saying that I'm a little bit worried about Makhekhe. And we are talking about someone that also analyzes Big Brother's game, even though you guys can attack someone. Sis Tamara as well. She or he was a little bit worried.
Ukuba Makhekhe is not winning tonight, you have failed South Africa. Ningo Ramaphosa nonke. Yes, yes. Izinja.
Sometimes when I noticed that Mac Jr. has a stronger fan base as compared to Makhekhe, I DM'd Makhekhe's social media handler. I was like, dude, please work with me, pay me 100 rand, so that I can promote Makhekhe massively. I see a problem. That was Wednesday on the finale week, and that person decided to blue tick me. So this is what I was going to do with that money. I was gonna take that money, go to a soccer team. My partner has a soccer team. Tell those kids, connect them with my free Wi-Fi, right? Connect them with my free Wi-Fi, with my unlimited Wi-Fi. Tell them to vote. We were going to vote on that spot using their cell phones because schools are closed. Normally, what we usually used to do with Kosi and Mpoa Badimu and other Big Brother Niger housemates, I would go to schools after school. I know that high school kids, they always have a cell phone, or colleges or university. I'll be like, please vote, please vote, please vote. You don't tell people to just please vote. People won't vote. But if you give them money, if you'll be like, here is 10 rand airtime, here is 5 rand airtime, please vote for this person. This is how you vote. People will vote. So now when you post on your WhatsApp status, people will just view the status and then move on to another story. People won't be bothered. But if you give a person money, money talks. Money talks. I saw from the onset from February when I was doing this polls that Makhekhe was never gonna win. And I can't come to YouTube. And be like, guys, please vote for Makhekhe. Please vote for Makhekhe. It is very unfair to the other housemates. Hence, when it was Willie, Young Papi, Z, Senai, and all of them, I had to give the same energy for all of the housemates. I cannot promote a certain person because I love that person. This YouTube is a public platform. This is not my personal YouTube space. If it was my own personal YouTube space and it was about me, I'll tell my subscribers to please vote for this person. But I can't do that because on this YouTube channel, I have to be, fair and love all and give all of the housemates the same energy and the same love, you know? So at this point, I'm really hurt. I don't want to lie. I'm really hurt. And the reason that I loved Makhekhe, let's be honest, Mac Jr. continuously in his diary session with Big Brother, he was like, you know what? I'm here for the money. I don't care about friendships. Even if I win the money or not, I don't want to make friendships with anyone. I came here for the money. When they asked him, what are you going to do with the money? I never got a reason that can make me to vote for Mac Jr. But for Makhekhe is an orphan. Makhekhe is adopted. His main reason all the time, or the time that he was in the house, every time he would engage with the other housemates, besides buying a car, besides him being unemployed for so long, he's an orphan. He said that he wants to open an NGO. Do you see that we are changing another person's lives? Not Makhekhe, because he was adopted, but other people's lives, other children's lives. So that for me, it spoke to me, it touched my heart, So I wanted to give another person an opportunity. You see? So we were going to give Makhekhe an opportunity for him to become a business person. Because he was going to do what? Open an NGO for orphanages. Same thing with Kosi, Good Deeds 4666. That's the reason that we voted for Kosi. The reason that we voted for Kosi is because we saw that Kosi loves people. Kosi loves kids. Msanzi, what is the point of giving a person money and then at the end of the day, that person will just be blowing that money for their own personal use? Would you give someone millions for their own personal use and not do anything and not give back to the community?